Okay, change of plan. I tried to stand up there to see how high that was so that I can squeeze up in there, and it's going to be really tricky. And so, have you thought of this other idea? Hey Joe, why don't you build the platform 16 inches tall and then put your bucket on top of that to come up this high. Then I've got enough room to put my feet around on the platform to then step up onto the bucket. And I was on the bucket before. It's pretty sturdy. Worked it out. It's fine. And so that's what I'm going to do. I was on the bucket for a long time, just getting all the other stuff up in there. I think I might have to do that. I was kind of contemplating first, yeah, but if I have an entire platform, I can kind of maneuver around a little bit easier. But I can, you know, when I'm on this, I can kind of scoot myself around any direction. So, you know, I don't know. I think I might have to do that to get up in there. I'm just going to have to kind of see. I've got a little step ladder inside. I might have to kind of do a trial and error thing on this and see what's going to happen. You know, maybe I should build the platform. I think I should build the platform the way I was thinking, because it's going to give me more surface here. I'm going to feel, I think, a little bit more secure on that, I think. We'll see. I'm going to have to decide something and just do it. Now I'm going to cut this plywood with this saw, and you don't want to have the blade sticking out all the way. So I got another little piece of plywood, and I'm going to loosen up this side here, right there, and that will let this blade, this guide, go up and down. Okay? Then I have to pull this back to expose my blade, and I want it to go down just as far as a ½ inch, and then just a little bit more, so I just push it down a little bit. My blade's sticking down about 5/8 of an inch. Now I can cut my plywood. I'm just going to put a little piece of wood underneath there. I'm just making it square on the end, so I used my square. My square wasn't long enough, so I flipped it over, lined it up. That'll be close enough. And now I can cut this off. Make sure you wear your goggles too. Sometimes as I start, I'll lift the guide up to get it going on plywood. But I can't, because I can use two hands, because I don't have to stand it up. I could have stood it up like that and then cut it, because this is only 12 inches wide. You know? Okay? So I'm going to cut my plywood. I've still got to figure this out. I'll get back to you and show you what it looks like when I'm done. Okay, just one more thing. Since I have a square end on here, now I can measure it. I was going to go 18 5/8, so I'm measuring off a square end, and then I can go up here. Now I don't have to use my square, okay, because it's not long enough. But just use, got a 2x6 that's straight, that got split. I'm just going to use that as a straight edge. Okay. There. Cut away. Well, I wasn't going to show you this next part, but I might as well. I'm going to cut another piece out of here, but instead of cutting there, I flipped it over. I saw it's bad here. There's a saw cut here. And I need another piece 18 5/8, so I know I've got a nice piece in here. I'm trying to use this old stuff up so I can measure past this line as 3 1/4. Measure this at 3 1/4. I'm going to cut that off with my straight edge. Just use whatever you can. I'm just trying to use up this material. I could have went to the store and got something, but I'm going to do this instead. Because I still got more demo to do. Now I can put it on my foot. Just put it down at an angle like that. (18 5/8). To make it 18 5/8. 18 5/8. Straight edge out again. If I didn't have this, I could use a level, 2-foot level, or 2-foot square. I can cut that back on my foot like that. I think that's what I'm going to do. But you don't want to have your blade all the way out. I only got it sticking out 5/8 of an inch. If I had it 1.5 inches stuck out there, and if I'm not careful, it could back up on me. I want to get my foot out of the way, my leg, and go away. Just like butter. Here's another way you can cut too. I wanted this straight, and I had cut it at an angle before with the Sawzall, and I just want a straight line, so I made a line. I'm like, okay, you can set it down on the ground and cut. I don't want to do it on my foot. I probably could do that if I was careful, but you could put a little 2x6 down there and hold it on top of that and cut on there. Lots of different ways you can cut. You just have to be careful and be mindful of what you're doing. Okay? There's my platform. I ended up deciding to cut 3 pieces a 1/2 inch and span that, and then that takes up the cushion. I'll be able to stand on that. And see, I didn't have to attach this, but only up above, and I put a screw in for the plywood, the first layer, then the second layer, the third layer. Same thing over here, same thing right there. It looks pretty sturdy. I'm just going to take a couple screws and pre-drill in here and put a couple screws down in there just to keep this from falling off the ledge. I don't think it's going to fall off the ledge. Okay, then I don't know, I might be able to use my bucket as a ladder. Probably not. I'll put it down here on the ground probably, or I've got another little step stool I could take, and then I can shimmy up there. And once I get up on that platform, I think I can reach all the way up to the top. Get my light on, and I'll get up there and get the rest of that dry rot out of there. Okay, just a trial run. I have not tried this yet. Took off my nail bag and I put my tools up in strategic locations to see if I can get up in here without gouging myself. Oh. See if it's going to hold me. Ah. Whew. That's a tall stretch, but I think I can do it. I could have made it maybe an inch lower or something, but hey, it'll work. Now I got to set up my light and get up in there. I think I'm going to leave my nail bag off for this and be more limbo. And that kind of worked out pretty good. That nice little landing like that. See there? And that's all as wide as I had, so that's why I put 3 layers on instead of 2. And that's okay, it can span that. Now I can get up there and work to my heart's content.